Hi guys. So what I'm going to do is have a go. I need to tell everyone that we're live. I don't know how long we've got. I'm hoping we've got about a good half hour. So what I thought we would do is put an old documentary on just for a few minutes while I tell everyone that we're live. So it's the same as my name here. I don't create content. Right, okay. So I just thought we'd do a bit something light-hearted. Oh, look, I've just dropped my earphones in my tea. Yep, I've just dropped my earphone in my tea. It might sound right. Right, live on diet. Let's quickly tell everyone. So shall I press play on it? I'll press play on it while I send all these messages. So I got myself a nice cup of tea. I enjoyed the dog walk. That dog walk live was good. We're like the Elvis police. That's what I decided. We're the Elvis police, searching for people that harm Elvis's image and reputation. Oh yeah, nice cup of tea. It's free in England. It is absolutely freezing. Freezing. Okay. All right, Tony sent me some stuff. Let's have a look. Let's just quickly, as quick as we can, message a few people. Hi, Elizabeth. I just messaged you. We got Rose. It's a bit of a spur of the moment one. Live on dialogues. Right, okay. So let's tell Linda. All right, Fia's just commented. Hi, Fia. Live diet. Hidden Minds has just posted a video. Okay, let's have a look. Live on diet. Emily, who we got on? So let's tell Lucy on diet. Let's tell live on diet. That's Clara. So how is everyone? All right. I hope it's warmer where you are. So for dinner, I had doner kebab for dinner. That's all I've had. I've had a cup of tea. This is my second tea. I've had one coffee. Okay, let's tell Jane. We've got two Janes. Linda emailed me last night. Do any of you lot remember the original Linda that sent me some books? She's doing well. Hang on a minute. Chris just messaged me. I'll just tell Chris we're live. We're live on diet. Chris, we're live on diet. Let's tell Chris. Doner kebab. It's lamb, innit? It's lamb. What do you reckon, Carolyn? Do you have doner kebab where you live? So we did do quite a good little live stream on the Dr. Ken Berry's advice. Carolyn, who is your go-to carnivore keto person on YouTube that you watch and one about like doctor? Is it Ken Berry or is it Shafe or is it someone else? So I'm just quickly messaging everyone that we're here. who is the main advisor that you listen to, doctor, on YouTube for Keto Carnivore? I have a few. So I'm just quickly messaging a few people. Thea, let's tell Thea, because I know she's on. Ken Berry, yeah. So Angie is Ken Berry. Yeah, Carolyn is Ken Berry. Do you know what? I've tried going to other doctors, but I always come back to Dr. Ken Berry. I used to quite like that girl, Lillie. Do you know that girl? Carolyn, what's that girl that keeps changing her mind about the diet? So one minute she's carnivore, then she's keto, then she says that carnivore's bad for you. Quite a young girl. You didn't. We just started. Tony, we just started. Right, so I always lose whenever I do my we're going to defend videos. I always lose a few subscribers. Also watch No Carb Life. I don't know the girl. You will know the girl. You will. Let me just see if she comes up on my feed. I'm sure her name's. I mean, she's quite well known. She's done interviews with all the big doctors like Ken Berry, Baker, Shafe. I'm sure her name's Lillie. Is it Lillie? Let's have a look. Yes, here we go.
And I still eat anywhere from 23 to 2,500 calories in a day, and I don't gain any weight. I am active and I am younger.
She is called Lillie Kane. Come on, shall I get her up? Come on, should we get her up? Now you're here. We'll do a bit of a chat on Solar. Lillie Kane, let's have a look. Why is my right, it's giving me a new chat tab. We don't want a new tab, we just want YouTube. The YouTube. Lillie Kane. She's pretty good actually. Right, let's have a look. Lillie Kane. Here we go. Let's see what comes up. From carnivore to animal base. Let's have a look. Yeah, I'm not right. We're going to try and find a short one. Let's see if we can find a short one. Yeah, no. Let's have my cheap lazy diet, my weekly plan. Here we go. Let's try this.
This is exactly what I did to lose 18 pounds, clear my skin, fix my joint pain, boost my energy, and feel like $1,000,000, okay? It all started with meal number 1, the poor man's surf and turf. You know, because surf and turf is usually steak and lobster, but I don't own Tesla, so ground beef and sardines for me. This is my poor man's surf and turf. Ooh la la. Now when it comes to sardines, I can just eat them straight out of a can, like a kitty cat getting wet food from a tin. No. But I understand not everybody rolls that way. So if you've ever had tuna fish in your lifetime, however you prepared your tuna, do the same thing with sardines. I grew up mixing tuna with mayonnaise, mustard, and relish. Nowadays, I would pass on the Miracle Whip, and if someone wants mayonnaise, I would opt for this specific brand from Primal Kitchen, as this brand doesn't have the highly inflammatory seed oils in their mayonnaise. This is just about the cleanest ingredient mayonnaise you can have, unless you make your own mayonnaise at home, which personally, I don't got time for that. So if I ever want a creamy, fatty condiment with my fish, I will either have butter or ghee. I'll just take a spoonful of ghee, mix it in with my sardines instead of mayonnaise, and it is just as delicious. Or again, adding mustard, relish, hot sauce, lemon juice, pesto, or tomato sauce. You can quote me on this, sardines make you sexy. Sardines are incredible.
So guys, she's one of these ones that you either love her or you hate her. Yeah, you love her or you hate her. She's like, can be a bit irritating, but she does know her stuff. She did Carnivore for a long, long time. She sort of swaps and changes a little bit. But if you want to learn different facts about the Carnivore diet, you do learn a lot from her. She's very smart.
Incredibly nutrient rich. They're packed with omega-3s, great for brain health. They're a fantastic source of protein, and they're cheap. I eat sardines every single week, sometimes twice a week if I don't have salmon, and sardines are tasty. So there you go. Eat your sardines, and your health can thank me later. I get mine off of Amazon or Thrive Marketplace because I want to get the sardines in water. You can find cans of sardines in oil or olive oil, and I'm not anti-olive oil. I've got olive oil, but this is real, true, not fake, not toxic, not rancid, processed correctly olive oil. Here's the deal. Most companies like to make money. They like to have good profits. So unfortunately, most companies, including sardine companies, are likely not going to be putting the best quality, real, true, authentic olive oil in the cans of sardines.
Yeah, and I've been told about this, that a lot of people, they're buying all these so-called quality things like omega oils, obviously olive oils, different oils, and some of them are not genuine.
There's studies that over 80% of avocado and olive oils may be rancid or may even have canola oil in them. And we don't want that. I really don't.
Look for rapeseed oil. I find some of these products, like, you know, like the spreadable butter. If you look at the ingredients, you're expecting it to be all butter, but it's got rapeseed oil in it. So, which is still better to have the spreadable one with a bit of rapeseed oil than have margarine. Margarine is just poison, but it's not always as good as you think.
I don't want to be putting bad quality fats in my system because those bad fats then make up my cells and damage my cells. Whoa, I feel like we just jumped into this video and I didn't explain something that's super important, which is online, you're going to hear a million bajillion opinions.
So yeah, you know, Tony, I think you'll like this girl. She, you know, like I said, she can be a little bit annoying, but she's very, very smart. She really does do her research.
Eat this, no eat that. This is healthy, no that's gonna kill you. Eat vegan, no carnivore, listen to me. Oh wait, oops, changed my mind, now listen to this. It's like, holy guacamole, I'm just trying to be healthy over here. Can y'all just agree on something? Yes, every single human needs protein. So no matter what doctor you find, nutritionist you speak with, diet guru you hear online, they should all have in common, humans need protein. Humans would literally die without protein. And as far as fat goes, humans would die without fat. However, the amount of
Tony, why is it you don't like fish? Tell me. Tell us why. Tony, why don't you like fish? Come on, there's going to be a reason.
fatty acids people actually need is quite small. I believe the amount of fatty acids to not die is 20 to 30 grams. And the amount of carbohydrates people need to not die is 0. So when it comes to how I structure my meals, I start with...
See, I like that. You don't need carbs, guys. You do not need carbs. Fatty acids, she just spoke about fatty acids. It's in meat. It's in meat. That's all you need to know.
protein. And now protein can come from animal foods like
Of course, plenty of protein in meat.
beef, chicken, fish, eggs, or it could come from plant foods like tofu, nuts, and beans. Now, protein from animal foods are considered high-quality proteins because they contain all of the essential amino acids that the body needs.
See, the thing I like about this girl is you are learning every 5 seconds, you're learning really, really interesting stuff. And she does know what she's talking about.
Essential amino acids are those that the body cannot produce and must be obtained from diet. Now, plant-based proteins, on the other hand, lack one or more of the essential amino acids, making them incomplete proteins. Now, this doesn't mean plant-based proteins are bad and should be avoided, but you have to eat a lot of them. And you have to food combine and mix and match the different plant foods to get the complete spectrum of amino acids.
So guys, so far, do you like her or not? Give me a yes or a no. Do you like her, yes or no?
Which is a bit more complicated than just eating animal foods. So to keep things simple, to get the most bioavailable, absorbable, nutrient-dense, easy to digest, and flippin' tasty protein, start with animal foods.
I knew she was going to say that. If you want the food that just absorbs into you and gets all the goodness straight into you easily, always meat and eggs, always. As soon as you start having like the nuts, the vegetables, the fruits, even the wheat and the fibers, you know, fruit fibers, your body struggles to absorb it, and it gets a lot less of the goodness that your body needs comes from the foods that we are told are good for us. Yeah. So fruit and veg and wheats and cereals and breads, all that kind of stuff, your body struggles to get the goodness out of it. Meat and eggs, it absorbs it really easily.
Then we do need those essential fatty acids. And if I'm eating animal foods, then I am getting enough of those essential fatty acids to not die. Unless I was having just straight chicken breast, then I would need to kind of go out of my way to add additional fats, whether that be butter.
See, I don't recommend chicken breast because where's all the fat? She's going to say, look, you can cook it in butter and things like that. But you want your meat with your chicken, with your nice crispy chicken fat, chicken skin on it. People have always been taught that the skin is bad for you, throw away the skin. No, you need the skin, you need the fat. In fact, tonight we're having chicken, steaks, and what was the other one? Oh yeah, we're doing a Greek salad.
Butter, ghee, tallow, lard, cod liver oil, bone marrow, beef trimmings, chicken skins, pork belly.
Guys, all of you are like anti-fish. You've got to have a bit of fish. Come on, guys. There must be one fish you like. There must be. Come on, prawns. Do you like prawns? Obviously, someone said lobster here. Come on, guys. You've got to have a bit of fish. So, Tony, eat eggs, bacon, meat, ground beef, steak, cook it in butter, all the fat from the meat. Yes, which is the best. But a little bit of fish. Come on, guys.
Or fruit fats like coconut oil, avocado, and olive oil. Honestly, I have a really hard time suggesting avocado and olive oil, as I know that most people, especially in the US, are unlikely going to be getting true avocado and olive oil, especially in the grocery stores. Again, over 80% of olive and avocado oils have been tested to be rancid or even have canola oil in them. And
see, this is worrying, guys. We're spending a fortune on olive oil. I think, is it Karen that cooks with a lot of olive oil? Is that you or is it Pat? It is good for you if it's proper olive oil. But if it's, if we're getting olive oils that are 80% not olive oil, that's scary, isn't it, guys?
I don't want to be putting bad toxic fats in my body. I'll put a list up on the screen with the fats that I'm talking about that I avoid as much as possible.
Karen, do you not even like prawns? Surely you like prawns, come on. So these are the oils you should not have. Grapeseed oil, palm oil, sunflower oil, corn oil, peanut oil, cottonseed oil, rice bran, soya bean oil, canola oil, sesame oil. Now, how many of you guys thought some of these were good for you? Please put it in the comments. How many of you guys thought some of these were good for you?
If I see any of these on an ingredient list, I do not buy that food. It is not worth it to me. I will link a video in the description that goes more in depth on this topic as to the laundry list of negative health outcomes that.
But Carolyn, you just said about your husband eats a couple of spoons of olive oil a day, yeah? Which I've heard of before. But is it real, genuine olive oil? This is the problem. This is the problem. You know what? You're better off eating a couple of spoons of fat that's come out of steak. Because at least you know it's real.
That can result from having too many of these bad oils, which are unfortunately in like 90% of the foods in the grocery stores. And we don't have to be perfect. Of course, some might slip.
So she's had a point. All these processed foods are made with the cheap oil that is poison. All these oils she's talking about, like, and the margarines and the vegetable oils, they're poison. But they're used to cook all our foods. Even when we go to restaurants, they cook our food in this cheap, low-quality, poisonous oil. Same if you go and get a fish and chips. In England, it's cooked in the cheap oil. In America, your McDonald's, your KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken, it's all cooked in the cheap, poisonous oil. Scary, guys.
into our diet here and there, but I do try to limit these oils in my diet as much as possible.
Okay, Carolyn.
I mean, if there's another thing that virtually everyone agrees on, it's highly processed foods are not health foods. So while there's a lot of different opinions on what to eat or what to avoid, I don't need a doctorate. I don't need to be in a laboratory testing it for myself. I can pretty much just say, yeah, highly processed foods have little to no protein, little to no vitamins and minerals, and they don't do anything good for the body. See?
I like that. Highly processed foods are completely not good for you. People don't know it. People are eating all these different little highly processed things. Oh, this is good for me. That is good. It said it's good for me on the box. Yeah, you buy it. You buy this box and it'll be like low fat diet, high in this, high in that, lots of that. And you think, this is good for me. But really it's poison.
Seed oils fall into this category of highly processed foods. They are not found out in nature. You will never see a waterfall of canola oil coming down the mountain. These seed oils are highly processed foods, hence why they are found in most processed foods like chips, cookies, crackers, pizza, microwavable meals, etc. So at times when I was confused on what to eat, I would just say, okay, let me just use some common sense. Meat, fish, eggs, dairy, fruits, vegetables, nuts and
Not too much milk. I find milk disagrees with me. Not too many peanuts disagrees with you.
seeds, and certain grains can be found in nature. Cool, I'd start there. Now with
Well, I wouldn't touch the grains. I'm very anti-grains, but carry on.
grains, it's a little bit more tricky because grains encapsulates cereal, granola bars, popcorn, pizza, tacos. These things all have grains, but when I say that grains can be okay depending on the person, I literally mean 3 grains. 1 or
Yes, in other words, don't have any grains. Organic white rice, nah.
organic white rice. 2, soaked and sprouted oats. 3, homemade fermented sourdough bread, which
Nah, I say no to all of it, but okay.
in US grocery stores, you're not going to be able to find that bread. There is sourdough bread in the grocery stores, but it is made sour with citric acid or vinegar. The bread has not gone through the true fermentation process.
So we are tricked into buying a bread that is called sourdough bread, but really it's not.
Very bluntly, most grains in the US grocery stores are garbage. They have pro-inflammatory ingredients, tons of nasty chemicals and additives in them. They are highly processed foods. And if someone's goal is weight loss, I would just avoid grains because they're not very filling. They have little to no protein.
They're not very filling. They have little to no protein. Avoid them. What have I always said to you guys? Stay away from bread. All breads, doesn't matter what color they are. Doesn't matter if it says high in fiber and high in this and seed this and seed that and grain this and granular. No matter how they word it, doesn't matter, no matter what color it is, even if they put pretty little seeds in it, it's crap. It's not good for you.
Or vitamins and minerals, and there's nothing really in them that you need. However, the biggest key to weight loss and keeping the weight off forever is eating healthy consistently.
So Carolyn just said about burger patties. I do it in McDonald's. I'll go there and I'll eat just the burger patties. Seems okay, I actually don't know what type of beef they use in McDonald's.
Can eat healthy for 30 days and lose weight, but this is the percentage of people who will eat healthy for a lifetime and therefore not gain the fat back. So if I have a client who's like, I love organic white rice, I can't live without white rice, then I'm like, okay, I would rather you have a cup of white rice than donuts and nachos, right?
Guys, the word organic is bullshit. It is a gimmick. It is a con. It is a way of making people spend more money. It doesn't mean bollocks to me. That's just my opinion. Yeah? It's just a way of making people part with their money and being able to charge more for something. If it's bad for you, it's bad for you. So if it's organic rice, organic pasta, organic whatever, nah.
If someone's goal is to get big, have more size, to bulk, then grains could be a good addition. Because when you eat grains, they're very easy to overconsume. They don't make you very full. You eat them and you're still hungry because there's little.
See, I don't agree with what she just said. I find that when I eat pasta, it really makes me feel very full and very bloated. My body reacts to pasta. If I had a big spaghetti now, my stomach would bloat up and I would feel very full. So I don't agree with what she just said. Keep going.
No protein in them. So if someone's trying to increase their calories, then grains can be a good option to helping you build more size. But if your goal is to have smaller thighs, then I would keep things more simple and I would just stick to meat, fish, eggs, dairy, fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds.
See, whenever she says that, I'm always curious about milk, because Dr. Ken Berry says that milk, I'm on about, a large amount of milk, like a full glass of milk, yeah? Now, I grew up drinking glasses of milk. I was drinking glasses of milk all through my 20s and 30s. But Dr. Ken Berry says milk is for growing mammals. So children growing, animals growing, yeah? You get it, guys? It's for babies, yeah? For small children, for baby animals. It was never designed for fully grown adults. And the way Dr. Ken Berry will say it is this: have you ever seen a fully grown cow feeding on milk? Have you ever seen a fully grown animal feeding on milk? Milk isn't designed for grown adults, for grown adult animals. So I think many people are quite allergic to milk, yeah? Even me, I find if I have too much milk, I can feel it, I can sense it. So I'm not a big fan of milk, guys. I'll have a bit in my tea, a bit in my coffee, but I don't go for it with milk.
Now again, nuts and seeds can be easy for people to overconsume, but personally, I ate nuts and lost weight. So even though I don't currently have nuts in my diet, and we'll talk about that soon, for the record, I did have nuts every day when I lost weight. Let me just throw it out there with fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds. All plant foods have what are called anti-nutrients in them,
But guys, we've discussed this. This is oxalates, yeah? Anti-nutrients, you call it whatever you want. This is why people don't realize that many vegetables are actually not good for you. They're actually not good for you. Let's see what she says.
lectins, oxalates, phytic acid, saponins, tannins. I'm not going to get into it again in this video, but because fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds do have varying amounts of these anti-nutrients, some are really high in oxalates, others are really high in lectins, that rather than having the same plant food every single day and therefore getting like an accumulation of oxalates, I would rather rotate through the plant foods. So if I have clients who want to incorporate fruits, veggies, nuts, and seeds, I suggest rotating. So rather than having almonds every single day and getting an overload of oxalates, I'd rather do one day pistachios, next day Brazil nuts, next day walnuts, and rotate through the nuts. Same thing with vegetables. One day broccoli, one day carrots, one day peas, rotation. With veggies, I do suggest cooking them because it does help get rid of some of these anti-nutrients, but also it helps break down the veggies and make them easier to digest. Yes.
So Dr. Ken Berry always says overcook your vegetables. Overcook your vegetables. It will get rid of a lot of these anti-nutrients, oxalates, and other things that are harmful. Now, what Dr. Ken Berry says is that vegetables don't want you to eat them. They don't want you to eat them. So their defense mechanism is to give out oxalates, anti-nutrients, to give us a tummy ache. Oxalates can also be like tiny little crystals that can form throughout your body. This is why you get aches and pains. This is why you can have inflammation in your digestive system coming from fruit and veg and nuts. So people think it's really good for you to have lots of fruit and veg, but the vegetarians, the vegans, unless they have supplements, they're not very well. They're not very well. They need a top up. So let's listen to what she says.
Some of the nutrients are lost in the cooking process, whether someone cooks meat, eggs, fish, vegetables. Some nutrients are lost in the cooking process, but not all of the nutrients are lost. And to me, with veggies, I'd rather have an easier time digesting the food than care about the small amount of nutrients that may have been lost in the cooking process.
So I want to talk about, digesting the vegetables, digesting the fruits, the nuts, things like that, but mainly vegetables, yeah. you get a lot of waste from eating vegetables, a lot, and a lot of people, without sounding too crude, even with the grains, you get a lot of waste, don't you? Even with the fibers, you get a lot of waste. It does make you smell. It will make your poo smell. It will make you fart all the time. So does grains, so does wheat, so does pasta. Now, when you're mainly eating meat, I don't know if any of you have noticed it yet, you hardly ever fart, your poo does not smell. Seriously, guys, if you're mainly meat, fatty meat, you will notice that your poo is a lot less smelly, you poo a lot less. You're probably only pooing once a day or every other day. So it does make a difference, guys.
Now, of course, if you go out to eat and you get a salad, it's not going to be cooked, and that's fine. It's okay to have veggies that are raw and uncooked. I just wouldn't make a habit out of it and have loads of uncooked veggies all the time. Frankly, I rarely eat vegetables because the way that I structure my diet and my meals, I get all of the vitamins and minerals I need from the foods I eat without vegetables. And it's not that vegetables make me fat. I lost weight eating vegetables, but they make me more bloated. And so for vanity purposes, I don't eat tons of veggies because I don't like looking like I'm pregnant.
Yeah, so me personally, I've never had a problem with bloating on vegetables. So if I have a salad, I tend to feel fine the next day. I don't feel bloated. With me, it will be bananas, potatoes, pasta. I will get very bloated, very bloated.
For Christmas with family, one of the dinners was actually a rich man's surf and turf with lobster, steak, and asparagus. When I was taking a shower that night, my tummy was so bloated, I couldn't even see my
So Elizabeth just said, so Elizabeth, you're mainly eating vegetables, yeah? I understand, look, I understand why people mainly eat vegetables and fruit, things like that, because they think it's really healthy, really good for you. It isn't. It isn't, guys. Trust me. Now, Elizabeth, if you don't mind putting you on the spot, you mainly eat vegetables, yeah? Is that correct? Do you feel really healthy? Do you feel really well? I'll wait for your reply, because it's how you feel is giving you your answer to what you're eating. So if you're eating mainly vegetables, you just said there, yeah, Elizabeth. Okay, so you're an experiment. You're eating mainly vegetables. Do you feel good? Do you feel healthy? This is, if you don't, then the vegetables aren't doing their job. The fruits aren't doing their job. This is the test. When I was I went through periods in my life when I was eating a lot of salad. I didn't feel well. I didn't feel well at all. I don't think I really truly felt well until I went carnivore. That's when I started to feel well.
Toes, and I was like, yeah, this is why I don't eat asparagus. I like the taste, but Buddha belly bloat ain't worth it. So for me, when I structure my meals, it's rather simple. Every human needs protein. I'll start with animal protein. Every human needs fatty acids, and I'll usually get enough fatty acids to not die from the animal foods I'm eating for the protein anyway, but then I need either more fats or carbs for energy. If I just eat a protein diet, I'm gonna feel pretty low energy and kind of tired. Proteins help build the structure of our bodies. Fats and carbs help fuel our body.
Yeah, I mean, she's right. Your body either gets its energy from the carbs and sugar, or it gets its energy from the fats that comes out of the meat. Yeah, this is why it's important. You must have your fats, your skin on. I think you can get a little bit of energy from protein, a little bit. I'm no doctor, I'm no scientist, but your main energy is coming from your fats, your carbs, your sugar. Now, I personally think that the body works better when it gets its energy from the fats. I honestly, I really believe that. The reason I'm full of energy, even now, I've been awake since 5 a.m. today. So I've been awake, what is that? 12 hours, is it? Yeah, I've been awake 12 hours. Okay, I think. I'm full of energy. I've still got loads of energy. I found that when I was relying on my sugar and my carbs to get my energy, I was always hungry and my energy levels were very low. I didn't have the very high energy levels until I went carnivore. Then my energy went whoosh, but it has to be fatty. It must be animal saturated fats. So I use only vegetables and no. Yeah, so Elizabeth, there's your answer in it. You'll feel great when you eat the right foods. When you give your body the right foods, which obviously, you know, I think is fatty meat, eggs, fish, you know, that kind of stuff. When you give the right food to your body, your energy levels will go up. Your anxiety will reduce. Your sleep will improve. Let me just quickly read your comments. Andy, yeah, you don't feel well. I don't think when you only go once a week. Yeah, I would have thought, Karen, I would have thought every other day. Every other day. But on Carnivore, every 3 days is pretty normal. Pretty normal. Yeah, Tony, good fats give energy. Butter, I would say the better fats are what come out of your meats, Tony. And your bacon. Yeah, but I think Tony knows that. Debbie, I prefer butter too much. Well, I would say, I mean, butter's very good, but Debbie, I would say the fat that comes out of your meat is better. Seriously, I would say the fat that comes out of your meat is better than butter, but butter is still very good. Yeah. Angie, that is so true. Butter gets you moving. No, because butter is, I've got nothing bad to say about butter, but come on, what is the thing? So you think about it, 100,000 years ago, could you go and get a blob of butter? You couldn't. You would have the fat coming out of your meat. 1 million years ago, and you're running around the jungle, would you be able to go and buy a cube of butter? No. You would get the fat from the meats when you hunt the animals, when you scavenge the animals that have been killed by other animals. So I personally think saturated fats are always better than butter, even though I really recommend butter. I love butter.
Bodies and give us the energy. So I can either add more fats or add more carbs, not processed food carbs, whole food carbohydrates in the form of either milk, fruit, vegetables, maple syrup, or honey. Now, I don't do a ton of carbohydrates because with veggies, again, more bloat with the vegetables, and then with other carbs in general, sugar, I find there's kind of a threshold that I can have before my acne starts coming back, my dandruff gets worse, my menstrual cycle cramps come back with a vengeance. And
I definitely agree. As soon as you start eating the sugar, the chocolates, the donuts, the cakes, all that kind of food, the very, very sugary cereals, the spots come back. Seriously, I've got a son who's 15, and I keep saying to him, because he's obviously spotty, I keep saying to him, it's all the sugar you're eating, it's all the cereals.
And I get more cry around my period time. Men, you're not gonna understand this, but ladies, you will get what I'm saying. When the period monster comes around a few days before the big bang, us ladies get a little bit more emotional. My husband will be like, hey, how's it going? And I'll just start crying. Well, when I do a lower carb diet, I don't have any of that. I don't have breast tenderness, no cramps, no mood swings, no irritability, no crying, no clotting, no irregularities. So yeah, when I do a lower carb diet, my reproductive area is much happier. Also,
guys, it's the truth. When you're low carbs, you know, you could be keto if you want, or ketovore. I think as near carnivore as you can get, everything works better. Everything. You know, I haven't had a cold. You know, like the flu, I haven't had a cold for a year. I literally have, it's more than a year. I literally can't remember the last time I had a cold. That is how good carnivore is, keto as well.
if I do a higher carb diet, I will look more puffy because carbohydrates hydrate our cells, which is a good thing. When we have carbohydrates, they help our cells hold on to more water and electrolytes, but in doing so, they also make me look a little bit more puffy. I will look.
So guys, she's good, isn't she? She's good. This girl, she knows her stuff. You learn a lot fast.
More watery and puffy in my face and specifically my arms. I mean, if the puffiness just went to my booty, then I would be happy. But when I do a higher carb diet, I tend to hold more water in my face and in my arms. And because I am doing a lower carb diet, I do supplement with electrolytes to help with hydration. The brand of electrolytes I use is called Element Electrolytes. It's
So she's going to talk about elements, electrolytes. I don't think you need electrolytes. I'm not against them. I've never felt the need for them. She's probably going to make money from selling them and asking you guys to go to her link. Then she gets a commission. You don't need them. I don't think you need them. Just have a good quality salt. I'm no doctor. It's just what I think. So Tony, it's okay to have a bad day. Don't worry about it. Because the bad days motivate you to have a good day. Remember that. The bad days, you regret it, you feel bad. So then the next day you try harder.
Basically this little packet that has sodium, magnesium, and potassium in it that I pour into my water and milk each day that help me get these very essential minerals in my diet. Soon you'll see I eat a pretty minimalistic diet and I don't have a ton of variety, and so for me, this is a way that I get in more flavor. They've got watermelon and raspberry, chocolate. There's a bunch of different flavors for these electrolytes, and so for me, when I go to the gym, it's like my fun time getting to have something that tastes sweet but doesn't have any sugar and keeps me hydrated. If you want
Still not good for you. Whatever is in the ingredients to make it sweet is not good for you.
to check out Element, there'll be a link in the description.
A link in the description. Lillie, I think you're great. I'm really enjoying this video. It's cheating. These sweetened elements are cheating. Don't do it. It makes your brain crave the sweetness, and you know this.
Where you can get 8 additional free packets of Element with your order, or you can get those 8 free additional packets of all of Element's different flavors by going to the URL drinkelement.com/Lillie Kane. Now, while I do eat a lower carb diet, I don't eat a 0 carb diet because my sleep isn't as great and my endurance isn't as optimal. My strength is the same when I do 0 carb and some carb, but I'm not able to do as many reps with my sets in the gym when I do 0 carb. I also like a little carb because I know we just talked about the whole puffiness ordeal, and yes, I don't want to be super puffy and looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Gee, I'm live
I
at the
also
moment.
don't want to be looking like a stick. So I do like a little bit of carbs to help fill out my muscles. And the main reason
Guys, of course we support each other. Tony, come on, we support each other. It's Team Elvis Rock. Tony, Team Elvis Rock, we support each other. Yeah? We're more than just an Elvis channel. We're more than that. We are a family, a growing family that support each other. We help each other's health. So, I've been quite lucky. For me, a bad day is a piece of fruit or some nuts. I can't eat pizza. I cannot do it. Or maybe a few chips. Yeah, but I wouldn't touch an ice cream. I would feel sick all day. I wouldn't have a pizza. I'd feel sick all day. But don't worry, because the bad days motivate you to have a good day. So guys, can I just ask you, do you like this girl? Do you like this girl? I think this is good.
reason why I have some carbs in my diet, which by the way, are in the form mainly of milk and yogurt. I do have a piece of fruit each night with my dessert, but otherwise most of my carbohydrates are coming from dairy. But the main reason why I like to have a little carbs is because they help me eat more food. If I just eat protein and fat, I tend to be so full and stuffed that I undereat. And
Yeah, so guys, I don't find that. Remember, I don't agree with what all these people say. I'll disagree with all of them. I go by my own body and my own results, and I treat my body as an experiment. And I don't have this problem. I don't think, oh my God, I must eat some carbs, otherwise I'm too full or too bloated. I don't have that. I don't have that. I'm okay with a small salad. Yeah, I'm okay with one piece of fruit. I'm okay with a few nuts. But I personally like to keep it 95% meat, eggs. Like today I've only had meat. Today I've only had meat, nothing else. Tonight we're having chicken steak and a little bit of Greek salad. So tonight I will have a small bit of Greek salad, but I won't have much. I won't have much because I know that I will feel best full of meat, and a small bit of salad won't do any harm. That's just me.
And undereating, especially for people who are not trying to lose weight, can lead to many health issues. So when I drink 2 cups of milk in the morning, it adds more calories to my day. Yahoo!
See, I definitely wouldn't be drinking 2 cups of milk, guys. Don't do it. See, this, Lillie, no offense, you're lovely, but the 2 cups of milk is a no-no.
And when I drink it, I easily digest it, it doesn't fill me up, and I'm still hungry, so I'm
See, I'm the opposite. If I drank a load of milk, I'd feel very full. If you have a very milky coffee, you feel very full, don't you? Do you guys agree? If you have a very milky coffee, you feel quite full.
I'm able to eat more food, which is a good thing for me. But if someone's goal is to not eat lots of food and they're trying to lose weight, then they may want to do fewer carbs than I do. It just depends on how you want to approach it and how you feel. If I were trying to lose weight right now, I would stick to more just protein and fat, because for
Yeah, Carolyn, you just said if you eat bad, you wake up with a headache. I'm the same. If I have grapes, if I have a handful of grapes, I will have a headache the next day.
For me, when I have proteins and fats, it really fills me up and keeps me satiated. And when someone's trying to lose weight, they do have to be in a little bit of a calorie deficit. And I don't like being hungry. So I would rather eat more proteins and fats, naturally be in a little bit of a deficit, but I feel satiated and full. But again, someone doesn't have to eat low carb to lose weight. I just think it's easier, since proteins and fats are so filling, that it's less likely someone's going to overeat. When I lost weight, I did do a lower carb diet, but I didn't do a restrictive diet. What I mean is I, yes, didn't have any.
She's on about calorie deficit. I'm not sure if she's being completely straight here. If you're eating a bit of both, so a bit of salad, fruit, and meats and eggs, I would say you have to be calorie deficit to lose weight. If you're just carnivore, you will lose weight even if you slightly overeat. This is what I've learned. If you're just meat and eggs, you're going to lose some weight. If you meat, eggs and salad, you won't lose weight. You'll hold on to your weight. If you throw in fruit as well and nuts, you will not lose weight. This is just my experience, yeah?
Processed foods. I stopped drinking alcohol, and I did stop having grains, so breads, pastas, rice. But otherwise, I had meat, fish, eggs, dairy, fruits, vegetables, and nuts, and I saw weight loss. I actually eat less variety nowadays because, specifically with nuts, they're pretty expensive. So I could get a pound of grass-finished ground beef and get more nutrients out of that pound of beef than out of a pound of raw macadamia nuts. And that pound of grass-finished beef is going to cost me $7, whereas the pound of raw organic macadamia nuts cost me $24 a pound. So I'm not anti-nuts, but I am anti-spending more money than I have to, especially when I'm not getting.
See, my experience with nuts, guys, nuts in England are pretty cheap. I do like nuts, but my experience is, if you eat 4 or 5, you end up eating the whole packet. Do any of you have that problem, guys? You eat 4 or 5, so you end up eating the whole packet.
Getting as much nutritionally out of the nuts than out of the beef. And then with vegetables, I consider most veggies to be 0 calories, in the sense that they're pretty low calorie in general, but then our body also has to use calories to break down, to digest and absorb the veggies. So to me, I tell my weight loss clients, you can have as many veggies as you want until it hurts you. Meaning until you have cramping, bloating, gas, irritability, brain fog, joint pain, constipation, digestion issues, etc. Have as many veggies as you want until it hurts. For me, aside from some bloating, I'm honestly too lazy to make vegetables because, again, I'm getting all the vitamins and minerals I need from the foods I eat or through supplementation, that I don't need veggies in my diet. I think of vegetables as added flavor and variety. So I will have them from time to time for the purpose of added flavor and variety. But this is legit off camera, my super simple meal plan. My breakfast is the same thing every single day. I'll have 2 cups.
See, before I play this, I was just quickly reading your comments. Yeah, Debbie, keto is okay. I honestly believe that if you're struggling with carnivore, do keto or ketovore. So remember, I think ketovore is 90. I'm pretty sure it's like half and half, yeah? Ria, shut the door, please. Tino, shut the door. I think, my brain's gone a bit blank. I think, keto is a lot more meat with a little bit of salad. So honestly, if it's going to keep you going, if it's going to keep you doing the diet, go keto, go ketovore, because that will always be better than going back to the pizzas, the pastas, the potatoes, the breads, the cereals, always, yeah? Of course, stay away from the fizzy drinks. Even the diet drinks. I know Tony likes Diet Coke, don't you? They're not good for you guys. I mean, I'd rather have a diet drink than not, because at least the sugar's not there. But they're not good for you. They are not good for you. And they keep you, and I would say the sweetness that you get from a diet drink, a sweet diet drink, keeps you hungry. Keeps you hungry. It makes you crave sugar. It makes you crave sweetness. So it's just my advice, guys.
Of raw milk. My lunch is the same thing every day, unless I'm feeling fancy and want to add in a vegetable. But otherwise, my lunch is usually just a bowl of ground beef and more often than not, an ounce of raw cheese. My dinner is where we get fancy. We'll rotate between these 5 meals. 1. The poor man's surf and turf. Sardines and ground beef. 2. Pork.
Yeah, I mean, do you know what? Ground beef does seem to be very popular with carnivores. I don't really like it unless I like it in a bolognese or a chili sauce or in a pie. You know, I don't eat the pastry or the potato, but I don't just like just ground beef fried with, I don't know, with a bit of flavouring. I don't really like it. I don't really like it. So a lot of the carnivore people in America, I've noticed, they will just buy loads of ground beef. They will fry it up, add a few different seasonings, and they will live on that. I can't do it. I can't do it. It has to be in a bolognese sauce or something. So, or in like a cottage pie, shepherd's pie. I need the flavouring in the meat, but I'd rather have a steak or pork chops or bacon or lamb chops or pork bellies or chicken any day. I'm not a big fan of ground beef, but ground beef is very good for you. It's got all the good fats in it. It's got beef in it. It's very good for you, but it doesn't do it for me.
Whether that be a pork steak, pork shoulder, pork chop, pork butt. 3. Chicken. Usually chicken drumsticks, but whatever chicken I can get a good deal on from a farmer. And I'll pair that chicken with ground beef. 4, I'll do...
Guys, I'll quickly show you what I bought. I was going to eat it tonight, but then my wife said she wants chicken. I'll quickly show it you. I'm back. So when I went shopping today, I bought some meat for tonight. But then my wife's changed her mind and said she wanted chicken and what was the other thing? Chicken and steak, yeah? So I bought, look at this. Now, just what you know, guys, when I was a kid growing up, always on my birthday, my dad took me for a T-bone steak. T-bone steak. So one of my fondest memories with my father, even though we did have our differences, was eating T-bone steak on my birthday in a restaurant. So I treated myself to T-bone steak. £8 something. I wanted to see it go up on the camera. T-bone steak. There I'll go back a little bit. So that will be, I'll have that tomorrow night. And I always buy cheap pork bellies. Cheap pork bellies. I also get lamb, but they've run out of lamb. So, you know, I love my meat. I do love my meat.
Do seafood again, so whether that be more sardines or salmon or oysters or shrimp, and I'll pair that with ground beef. And 5, I'll rotate either a steak, chuck roast, lamb, liver, heart. I'll have bacon. Randomly, I'll have eggs or honey or bone broth. I basically have some form of meat paired with ground beef. My dessert is the same thing every single day. I will have a cup of...
So, this is where we're different. I never have dessert. Ever. I never have dessert. Ever. So the kids do, obviously. My wife does. I don't have dessert. So this is just going to make you can make carnivore ice cream. You can. Yeah. It's quite easy to make. It's just, I think anything that you're having that makes you crave sweetness is going to be a problem. But let's listen. Let's see what she does.
raw yogurt, and a random piece of fruit. And that's how I eat. Sounds pretty boring to most people, probably, but hey, you know, add meat paired with ground beef. My dessert is the same thing every single day. I will have a cup of raw yogurt and a random piece of fruit. And that's how I eat. Sounds pretty boring to most people, probably, but hey, you know, add your vegetables if that tickles.
All right, I thought she was going to say ice cream. She didn't. So, yeah, raw yogurt is good, isn't it? Come on, yogurt is okay. She's got berries there, hasn't she? She's got some type of berry. But low-carb berries are okay. I'd rather see you eat low-carb berries than go and have a chocolate bar.
Your fancy. Technically, when someone's trying to lose weight, they would say to put less variety on your plate, because if you have, let's say, beef, cheese, butter, bacon, shrimp, all sorts of different colors, textures, tastes, sounds, crunches, then it signals to the body to keep eating more, versus if someone just has like a bowl of ground beef.
Guys, I tell you what, if we all lived in the same town, we'd be out, guys. We'd be out on the town. I don't mind having a few drinks. I'll get a bit tipsy and I'll get a bit merry and have a dance. Me, if I'm out and I'm in a nightclub or a bar, I'm going to have a dance. I like dancing. Gotta have a dance. I know how to have fun. Remember, DJ, I know how to have fun.
Then it gets pretty boring and then someone's less likely to overeat. So I tell people who are trying to bulk and get more size to add the variety and color to the plate, as it stimulates more appetite. Whereas someone who's trying to lose weight, I would usually try to keep my plate more simple. People ask me all the time if I drink coffee or tea, and I don't, because...
See, I'm going to butt in. I have to drink a tea or a coffee. I have to break up the day. I only tend to have two of each. 2 teas, 2 coffees. Today, I've only had 1 coffee. I never have sugar, ever. I do have milk in my coffee, which I do think disagrees with my body a little bit, but I still have it.
I just don't like the taste. It has nothing to do with any scientific reason or it needs to be this way for my diet. I just don't like the taste. The only thing I want with my diet is vitamins, minerals, nutrients. I want to feel good and I want to enjoy the taste of my food. After that, people ask me, is it okay if you eat tomatoes, or can you have pickles? Are you allowed to have maple syrup? And if those things bring you pleasure and joy and they help you reach your goals, then I would have them. But if you have, let's say, tomatoes, and it causes you to have diarrhea, psoriasis, blood in your stool, sugar cravings, irritability, then I wouldn't have it. It's really that.
I think that's good advice, guys. You're using your body as an experiment. So you're trying different foods. I know that I'm okay with tomatoes, cucumbers, lettuce, onions. I'm fine with all of that stuff. I've only really had a very bad reaction from potatoes. I don't like potatoes.
Simple. I just eat whole foods, the whole foods that make me feel good, the whole foods that give me protein. I just want to eat whole foods. And then after that, honestly, I'm a minimalist. You look around my house, I don't have a lot of knickknacks. If you go in my closet, I have the same shirt in different colors. I like a simple life. I like a simple meal plan. I don't need to be fancy-pantsy. I like the taste of my food. I like the way it makes me feel. The foods nourish my body, give me, again, the clear skin, good blood work, helps me maintain my weight, lots of energy, I sleep great. It checks all the boxes and it's simple. Just because this works for me doesn't mean it's going to be sustainable and enjoyable for you. And if you'd like more help creating a meal plan, asking more questions, I do offer one-on-one coaching. I'd love to help you on your health journey. There'll be a link to my coaching services in the description. Don't be silly, subscribe to Lillie, and I'll see you in the next one.
Well, I'll tell you what, Lillie, Kane, that was a
if you're
very...
like millions of people around the world, you've heard about the carnivore.
That was excellent. I really, really enjoyed that. That was a
This
very...
is exactly what I did to lose 18 pounds, clear my skin.
Please, guys, please subscribe to her. I'm going to click subscribe now, and I'm going to like it. Please subscribe. I really enjoyed that. Now, I'm not sure how old that video is, because Lillie Kane, she does chop and change her videos. Should I say her diet? She has different sort of... I got a feeling that was about a year ago. But she does have a very, very good channel. I highly recommend her. Look, she's got 308,000 subscribers. She's a very funny lady. She's got a boyfriend that she makes videos with, a very handsome boyfriend, and she's a lovely girl. I really, really enjoy her videos. Really, I really do. She's quite bouncy and funny, quite pretty. She's got a lovely figure, hasn't she, guys? But can I just ask you, did you like this? Did you like it? Did you learn from her video? Did you learn? Okay, so let's just get you up. Yeah, I think it was good. Yeah, Tony, you liked it, yeah? So I want to thank Lillie Kane. We've obviously used her video. Obviously, it's a reaction, it's a review. I finished it. I'm saying goodbye now. I really enjoyed that more than I was expecting. I'm glad that we watched it together. Of course, when we watch it together, guys, it's much better, isn't it? We have a lot more fun together going through this stuff. I really liked it. Lillie, thank you. Guys, I gotta go. I've thoroughly enjoyed this. Really nice. I had a cup of tea with you guys, talking about carnivore diet, keto diet. Tony, you know we got your back. Tony, everyone loves you. We all love you. Don't worry. Tomorrow will be good. All right, I'm going to take you now. Guys, gotta go. Love you all. I may do one more live stream on defending Elvis later. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, guys. So, thanks a lot. Loved it. You've been great. This was excellent.